Especially early on in your career, then what gave you the confidence for this shift, or what made you determined to pursue all these things and to look for solutions rather than see obstacles?
The alternative was killing me, literally. You know, when I was young, 20, 21, 22, I was very cynical. I had a very negative perspective of the world and the people. I was hanging out with Frank Zappa, you know, and although Frank had this unbelievable wit and ability to balance situations with the right comment, he was also a lover of life. And I didn't realize then that he liked people. You know, and at 18, 19, 20 years old, working with someone like that, when they're criticizing everybody and everything, you develop an attitude of that. I allowed myself to develop an attitude, you know, and as a result, the world became not a fun place, you know, and it created a lot of mental suffering. So that was the impetus for the change in perspective, the intense mental suffering of a negative perspective. Okay. That's what depression is. It's the entertaining of useless, unnecessary negative thoughts in your head that you believe. So when I discovered that the choice is mine and it can't be anybody else's, that's when I discovered that the quality of my life is my responsibility. And it's based on how I choose to see the world. So my perspective started to change. It became more friendly. And everything changed as a result. Doesn't mean that I still don't have challenges and I didn't go through some, you know, but you view your challenges differently.
With that in mind, then, did that, especially around that time, as you were kind of coming out of that, that darker period of your life, then did that kind of how would you say that? Reignite the flame as a guitar player, or was that always a constant throughout?
There was always an excitement about playing the guitar. But the ability for me to focus on something constructive and creative, that grew tremendously when I moved to Sylmar. It was a little home that I built a studio in, and I recorded Flexible. And the recording of Flexible was an unbelievably cathartic experience for me, because I started it basically when I was coming out of this deep, dark depression. And I was finding light. You know, I had no obligations. I had no desire to be famous, really. I had no bands. I was totally left to my own. And I lived on a property with people I loved. And we had an amazing little community, and we just played music. And I built this little studio. And it became, I started to, with all the esoteric reading I was doing at the time, I was going through serious transitions, and this flowed into the music. So when you listen to Flexible, there's this innocence and naivete in it that was part of my rebound.